Hello, 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 and welcome to Friday Night Link to the Past Randomizer. Today we have a spoiler open match. I am Dapper Wordman, and I am joined today by Lana Bean. Hello, Lana Bean.
Hello, Dapper Warman, and hello, everybody. Hope you're all having a great night.
Yeah, I know I am, and we've got 4 runners here for you today. And you see a little countdown there on MM2NES cartridges. So we are about less than 2 minutes away from going live. If you're unfamiliar with spoiler open mode, it is Link to the Past Randomizer open. And 15 minutes before we say go, we give everybody a text box or a text file with all the locations and all the items and where they are and what are the crystals and what medallions you need and all that stuff. So there is not really a lot of randomness at play as far as finding the items, because the runners are going to know where they are, hopefully remember, and go find them and beat Ganon as fast as possible.
Very true. And tonight we do have Dapper Warman and Maidwalk Herd handling all the tracking. Thank you so much. And Scoopula behind the scenes handling the restreaming. Thank you all so much for what you're doing.
Yeah, we actually got Professor Pixie down there doing the tracking. I'm only doing single duty tonight, not double duty, but
Oh, never mind.
do,
I'm sorry, Professor Pixie. My gosh, I misread my thing there. I'm sorry, Maidwalk
that's
Herd and
fine.
Professor Pixie are handling the rat tracking. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's a lot of information on the screen. There's a lot of people, on our end too. And I see Cool Papa Bells got the tracker or excuse me, the little spoiler log and the game. I'm sure they'll either switch over to their other mode, and we'll get that on here or get it cropped at some point. But there's 3 other screens we could be looking at where all the stuff is. Everybody's got the same hash code, so we're gonna get started here in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race. Everybody is going to have similar routing, though slightly differently, and everybody may feel a bit more comfortable with more safeties.
Yeah, and the first item here that a few of our runners has grabbed is that piece of heart, and you don't just open up all the chests, so you're going to have to be very careful about picking up those hearts, because you don't want to, end on Ganon on like 3 hearts, green mail or something like that. You're going to want a lot of safeties just to make sure you don't die and lose a lot of time.
Ganon hugs hurt. They will take what they can for sure without having to go too far out of their way. Good tree pull prize.
Yeah, that's also in the spoiler log, so that is good to know. That tier 1 was those bombs, and everyone's going out into the Uncle Secret passageway except for Barrett, who's making his way over to Kakariko.
So far, we've got a fire rod.
Yeah, that's a nice item to get. We're going to need that for Skull Woods, and of course probably some of the other places too. Skull Woods is a crystal today. As we see, since we're not doing any map checks, the trackers have so graciously already put the pendant and crystal dungeon prizes on the tracker for us. And there must be something in the dark here, so good thing we got that fire rod. That's going to be in logic here, but don't worry about logic too much when we have the spoiler log right in front of us.
Well, and they have 2 shots that fire rod getting the magic pots from the Uncle area, so they're going to be able to shoot 2 shots, and if they're accurate, not have to worry about running out of fire. Or I should say, running out of light. Oh, hook shot. I'd call that important.
Yeah, that's important. I think I saw the lamp on Barrett's side. Was that in the well? That might have been a lamp. So that, I don't mind, going to get that lamp to make it a little bit easier to get all the way through Dark Cross, because Fire Rod Dark Cross is a little bit tricky sometimes.
Well, and with Mire and sort of rock being crystals, of course, that lamp will pay it forward here as they get farther in the seed. It'll more than make up any time lost for sure. Even the best of runners could use a little bit of help with light.
Yeah, and Barrett also got a bottle in Zipline's house that had a fairy in it, so that's going to be super useful just for peace of mind that if something goes wrong at some point that you can, uh, get revived right away. And we get Quake in Saha's closet, which is our only medallion required to get into dungeons today.
Well, they already have that fire rod, so you know it's not hiding out in an ice palace, plus it's a pendant, so you'd hope never to go in there this seed. Well, everybody making their way quickly towards the Eastern Palace, even past Saha. Must have something good.
Yeah, chat helping me out and saying that they haven't seen Lamp yet, so I must have just been, seeing something after a long work week or something. I don't know what I was noticing, but the lamp is in these runners' way. They're going to pick it up eventually, but of course that fire rod is super helpful in a lot of those dark rooms throughout the seed.
And everybody heading towards Eastern at this point, just about, so must have something required.
Oh, and we welcome our raiders from Speed Gaming 2 today. You're in the middle of a Link to the Past randomizer spoiler race. I'd say the middle, but we're really actually at the beginning of it. We had about a 15-minute waiting period where the runners all had the spoiler log, and now we're about 4.5 minutes into the seed here. The runners still have that text file up. They know where to go, hopefully. So we're going to be getting here pretty quick, getting all these good items as we find that flute right there in Eastern Palace.
Also required for Meyer eventually, and probably faster transportation in general.
So Barrett and Cool Papa Bell picked up the map in I guess that's the map chest in Eastern Palace, so maybe just kind of confusing what map and compass chest are here, because you don't need the map, but they can be very confusing sometimes if you're not super used to the spoiler log, or even if you are and you just kind of forget because, you don't usually refer to them by their name very often.
Look at Barrett and Cool Papa Bell's sink here.
Yeah, and that's the compass chest that they got that big key out of. So probably
that was a hammer right there.
Well, that's important too. That's one of the big key items in this game.
And of note, Professor Render does have his timer including the entirety of the 15-minute spoiler plus the start of the race, whereas the other runners are just starting their timers at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, and I think we just took that off as you were talking about that there, so just a little bit less confusing for our restream here. And Phantom SVT making a great point in chat. Here. Flute and hammer in Pendant Eastern Palace. Glad this is spoiler log. Yeah, I don't know how quickly I would be going into there, or I would probably just dip out after I got flute. So this is probably one of the better spoiler log situations that I've seen.
So all they're missing is a glove for Dark World access at this point. So must be South Shore somewhere, maybe. But they are getting that money as well, so is Zora a thing?
Yeah, that's very interesting. You need 500 for Zora, but picking up that 300, which I think was in Saha's closet with the Moon Pearl, isn't such a bad idea if you're gonna get some potions maybe later in the game, or you have to get into Palace of Darkness, which costs 110 rupees. So it'd be very interesting to see if there is something on Zora, because that's a lot of farming you'd have to do, or finding those chests with large money values in them.
And of note, Professor Render is heading into Escape with no magic, so he's going to have to do the whole thing in the dark with what looks like a red boomerang throwing.
Yeah, there's a few items you can kind of figure out where you are, relative to that item, if you're placing it or throwing it. I know I saw a couple of these runners putting a bomb down to kind of judge based on where the bomb was moving, where their sprite was going relatively.
Oh, render. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, there's a glove paradox. And
oh
another glove and paradox. Okay, and blue mail.
wow. That was very exciting there.
That was a good cave there. And with that flute, they're also going to be able to get around a lot easier, but it looks like MM2 is heading to the back of Escape. Must be something of note down here, too.
Yeah, and you need the glove to get back there if the key is in the back. So, a couple of not really a double dip of Hyrule Castle, but going in here. Oh, get even more money. Oh wow, yep. Zora might have something, huh?
Well, either Zora or maybe just trying to make sure you have money throughout the Dark World, as you said before, so we're about to find out, though. Okay, MM2 heading towards Hype Cave area, so maybe that has something of interest.
Yeah, make it their way over here. I guess Hype Cave is gonna have something for us today. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Today we know exactly what it's gonna have. At least the runners do. And it's a mirror.
A very good find and very well required for Swamp Palace, but that's probably not going to be for a bit. I guess that does also give them easier access to Hera, which they can do anytime they want, but since nobody's running up there, I don't think that must have anything. Maybe Hera's going to be their 7th crystal.
Yeah, that'd always be nice to route Hera in right before Ganon's Tower, especially now that we know we can get the mirror first.
Don't think MM2's invincibility is going to last through this. Nope, he knows it. He's just running left. Oh, there's that lamp you were talking about.
Oh, okay. Yes. It definitely wasn't in the Kakariko well then. So yeah, that was pretty nice there. You get that lamp for that light source and get a big heart there while you're at it.
And fluting away, so Desert does not appear to be beatable at the moment.
Yeah, we don't have boots and we don't have a sword. Not that we need a sword to beat Lambo, but it'd be nice. So interesting here is Cool Papa Bell's going into Hookshot Cave, which I don't think we have seen yet, even though MM2 has been up to the mountain already.
Yeah, we did not. It'll be interesting. Maybe some safeties. Ooh, Sankheart. Oh, more money. Okay.
Oh,
That
okay,
makes
yeah.
sense.
There's only a few 300s, and MM2, got the one out of back of Escape. Well, Cool Papa Bell said, I'm going to go get there and get 1.5 hearts while I'm at it.
Nothing wrong with that. You're already up on Death Mountain. Just takes a little bit of a transition between worlds.
And here MM2 is in Skull Woods. I would imagine they'd want to beat this their first time through here, and they don't have a sword right now, so they can't beat Moth. So my guess would be this would be a sword, but we're going to find out.
Sword or a big key to get to the sword. Yep, you are right. It's almost like you've done these before.
Yeah, I swear I'm not looking at the spoiler log. I could if I wanted to, but I think it's a lot more fun if we're kind of in the dark here.
I agree. I, for one, have not actually ran one of these before, but I know what they're about.
Yeah, and Chad here pointing out that this is a 5-heart moth. MM2 does have blue mail, so it's, not, definitely not the easiest, but definitely not the hardest either.
This has a fairy, so I think he's one of the few who has not had to use the fairy so far.
Oh, getting a nice magic refill on the way back to this room where you need all the magic.
Very nice. And looks like I think Cool Papa Bell elected to go ahead and go to the Meyer area and get that lamp out of the shed. So to answer a question in chat, they get access to the spoiler log 15 minutes before the race starts. So at about 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, they'll get access to the spoiler log, and the race started 15 minutes later. Or, if you will, the race started at that 11 o'clock mark, but the actual gameplay started at about 15 after. Ooh, Mapula not playing nice.
Yeah, staying up there a little bit. Oh, MM2 takes the hit there. Do they have that fairy in the bottle? And yes, they do. They've got a little bit magic left, but I know 4 hammer hits would be good here. But, you got your fighter sword. You're going to have to do like 8 spins or something like that. So it is not the easiest fight.
Oh, so that Eastern dip was required for the flute to get up Death Mountain. That only just occurred to me.
Yeah, and also you had to go get your lamp out of Meyer Shed before going back to the dark room for for the hammer. That was a nice finish there to the fight there by MM2. Getting Mothula down, getting the first crystal.
Oh wow, there was another 300 pile in Super Bunny, so holy moly.
Oh, okay, interesting.
All the 300 piles. No signs of a second sword yet, though.
Yeah, Cool Papa Bell is now heading into Palace of Darkness. I guess they have found the bow, so that is going to be a completable dungeon for them.
And the good part is if there's nothing in the back, you can just pretty much route in keys and a big key and call it good.
Yeah, ideally it's like small key, big key, and small key in the basement and the bridge, and you just go onto the back and you don't need anything.
Ooh.
The one thing we haven't seen yet is boots, and I know, especially in spoiler, a lot of runners like to get those boots as soon as they can, so they must be pretty buried in this seed.
And nobody went into desert either, so gotta assume desert's probably boots locked. Ah, there's that bow. It was in C-shape house. I didn't see that before.
Oh, Renderer going and seeing that compass down there in the basement. There's the basement cage, and then there's the Stalfos basement, or whatever it's called here in Hera. And yeah, the small key gets you. Getting that big key is down there, and he's going down there. He's got hookshot, so there must be something in the big chest because we're gonna go get the big key instead of doing like a Hera pot. Pretty sure Renderer can do a Hera pot if he wanted to.
I'm pretty sure you can. Meanwhile, Cool Papa Bell making the way to the back there. Just as a reminder to chat, don't forget to follow these 4 runners nice enough to volunteer for Restream tonight. They're putting on a great show.
Alright, so Barrett is making their way up to the village of Outcast this way. It looks like they did get their mirror out of Hype Cave, and they're going to go probably get that bow and maybe dip into Thieves Town. We'll see what happens here.
Looks like Renderer took a death warp. Understandable, hasn't got a Hype Cave quite yet. Okay, big key for Pool Papa Bell, but we are going to the back, so something's got to be back here that's useful. Very nice setup for the hammer. Yep, and gets a pair of flippers out of there. So not the footwear you really want to see, but you'll take what you can get. Well, with a hammer and hook shot, maybe something's got to be putting priority towards Swamp Palace, though.
Yeah, we have everything we need to get in there except for the flippers.
We just found the flippers in the big chest of Pod.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, all good. Looks like Renderer working on a hammer Trolldorm fight. Well done.
Yeah. Nice 3 little smacks there to the tail. And Moldorm explodes and gives Professor Render his first crystal.
I didn't see anything else come out of here. I did not look at the whole thing, unfortunately.
No, we did not open the big chest. So I think there's a couple different setups for like Herapod, and people you tend to know 1 or 2 of them, or they're not able to do it. So I think maybe he misread the basement cage and just said, "Well, I'm here. I got to go get the big key and go up," which is totally acceptable. That's a good thing about spoiler. You know where the things are, and you just go get them, and you know that you're not missing anything if you don't open up some of the chests. And now he's going to make his way towards get that mirror and some other crystals.
But it seems like flippers were the only thing you had to dig for in Pod, so all those other chests are getting completely avoided.
Yeah, we've got 3 runners here in Pod at the same time as soon as Barrett gets in there. Yeah.
And Renderer seems to be heading right towards there as we speak as well. And cool Papa Bell taking down Helmasaur pretty easily. Well done. Picking up a second crystal. First crystal. First crystal looks like.
I wonder if there's anything else in that pendant Eastern Palace, over there on Armos. We got Flute and Hammer out of there, and now all the runners have the mirror, and they're going over to Pod. Are we going to see a mirror and go back in and get use that bow and go back in? Yeah, well, this might be a flute away, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, it's just a fluting.
Oh, Eastern, how you tease us. And nobody went to Thieves Town either, so it must not be anything too exciting there, but we are taking an early trip to Ice Palace. Or, I guess, Orchex.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has routed in at least 500 rupees, I think, at this point. Oh, that's nice getting that refill of the arrows there, or the 10 arrows on Cool Papa Bell's side after you do Eastern Palette, or Pod, excuse me. Because you do use a little bit of arrows going through there, and you might have used a bunch on Helmasaur at the very end. Speaking of that, MM2NES is over there fighting Helmasaur right now.
And you also pick up that red mail upgrade in Pyramid Fairy, or not Pyramid Fairy, Waterfall Fairy, so that's a nice upgrade as well.
Oh yeah.
In this mode, you can oftentimes run pretty low %, so having that extra armor is always appreciated in this mode.
Okay, so what's going to be on Zora? $500 later, we find the Ice Rod.
Also seems required. Didn't farm anything extra though, so got to assume that chest game or dig game aren't really worth anything. Okay, it looks like MM2 did take down Helmosaur King fairly easily and picks up the second crystal.
Yeah, so MM2 does have a slight lead over our runners here, but you know, a couple of runners on their way to their second crystal at this point. And MM2
Hey.
is going into swamp, as you said a little earlier, was now open and available to us, and it probably has some juicy goods inside of it.
Possibly. Goodbye, chest. You obviously have nothing good.
I wonder if something's going to be in the sunken item, though.
Nobody fluffing the collection rate, though. What the heck? Gotta pick up a few extra items. Get that increased collection rate going.
Oh, for sure. The piece of heart is definitely, you have to get that, of course.
Agreed. Looks like we have two of our runners currently on Skull Woods, one finishing up House of Darkness, and the other one in a swamp. Oh, mushroom, huh?
Okay, so is that going to be a mushroom turn-in or like a fake powder?
That's my guess. One of the two.
Oh, almost definitely.
I guess that's all it can be, but still, it's dramatic.
You know, at least it's in the first part of swamp. You know, it's spoiler. It's not as like punishing to have to do left side swamp because everyone has to do it, but it's just so slow. You don't want to do it if you don't have to.
True. I'm sure the runners are just glad if they do have to turn in that mushroom, they've got an early required flute. And a mirror.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good fight from Cool Papa Bell showing Mothula who's the boss there and taking him out easily. Well done.
Yeah, that was pretty quick. We'll see if Renderer can do that as well. They are on their way back. They've got their sword. They can swipe down the vines.
Well, we're not going left side swamp, so must have junk. And Renderer takes his swing at Mothula here.
Oh, that was weird. MM2 had that bomb set up for this diver down, and it for some reason didn't work.
Must have been a pixel off.
Yeah, they get it the second time. Renter taking his time here because down to 3 hearts, but does get the final spin onto Moth. Gets that second crystal. And yeah, Cool Papa Bell picked up that chest. It was a piece of heart. That would have been worth getting on MM2's side, huh?
MM2, please!
Although, if you're pretty sure you're going to get like red mail routed in, the little pieces of heart aren't as important. But you got to show off with that high collection rate at the end, right?
Hey, exactly. The spoiler alert, gotta have that collection rate near 100. It's not gonna be anywhere near 100, but hey, we can hope. Meanwhile, MM2 taking down Argus with some good hookshot fighter sword strats.
Yeah, there must be something good here, because otherwise you'd want to come back with a better sword. And So a nice second cycle there for a map.
Well, I think MM2 picked up one chest in the diver down room on the left side. I did not catch what it was though.
Oh, that was actually silvers. I noticed that, but did not point it out. I was just commenting about how Diver Down didn't work that well the first time. But yeah, we're going to have silvers here, so we're not really going to be searching for gold or tempered sword if we don't absolutely need it. We can do master sword with silvers. It wouldn't take too long, but I'm sure they're going to want to route in tempered sword if it's super convenient.
We're gonna get that immediate mushroom turn in. Boots, perhaps?
Yeah, that might be a good thing to find here.
Oh, highest Samaria also required. Ironically enough, would have been nice for Swamp Palace.
Yeah.
Now you're going into Swamp because you got that Samaria. I got that routing decision. Ooh, looks like Cool Papa Bill having issues with that diver down setup as well.
Yeah. So there's a way to do this with Samaria, which of course we now know is on the mushroom turn in, and the mushroom is in swamp. So it's definitely not worth leaving and coming in here. It's pretty much the same inputs after you put down the bomb as it is when you use the Samaria block. It's just a different pixel that you start on. So it can be a little bit tricky, but getting through it just fine here. Cool Papa Bell did.
Once you learn that setup for the sprite that you like, it's really not super difficult. Even if I have both Samaria and bombs, I tend to go one of each when doing both areas of swamp just to keep the practice up.
Oh, that's a nice strategy. I like that.
One's really not worse than the other. Bomb setup probably takes an additional second or so, but I think it's worth keeping the strategy up just in case you have to do it. Okay, so with that Ice Rod, that pretty much puts MM2 very close to go mode.
Yeah, we think we might need boots because nobody went into desert, which is a crystal, and of course we need a second sword. And MM2 did pick up that red mail and waterfall fairy, I believe, which sort of leads to the or kind of justifies not picking up all those heart pieces along the way.
And MM2 going right into Mire. 5-heart red mail Mire. Have fun. But you got silver arrows, you have Samaria. Only thing you don't have is like Burna or a cape to make the spike chest a little bit easier and safer to get if you need to get it.
Yeah, that is pretty risky here on 5 hearts because those spikes are going to do 1 heart of damage no matter what mail you have.
Exactly. Plus, you can get hit by a stray shot from something, get shot with a laser or two, and suddenly not be able to survive the 3 hearts that it will take a minimum to get that chest.
I think he did grab a potion when he got that mushroom turn in. So it was blue, I believe. So has that just in case it's going to run into some trouble.
And also, MM2, the only one to decide not to pick up half magic. I think it was in Super Bunny.
That makes sense, knowing that you're going to get silvers eventually. So picks up the key and is going to go to that firelock side, or at least open up and hit that crystal switch and then come back out here. But not going to have to worry about that spike chest that you were just talking about.
Seems so. And with silvers, Vitreous going to be pretty trivial as well. Just don't get hit. Easy. And looks like Barrett's electing to go with Hammer Strats on Argus Fight. But Cool Papa Bell joining MM2 and Mire not too far behind there.
Yeah, this is when Myers a crystal in spoiler, you're almost always you're going to want to get that lamp unless you're pretty confident in those dark rooms. You know, they're here on 5 and 6 hearts, or I guess Cool Papa Bell's on 7 right now. But those dark rooms in Meyer can get pretty hairy pretty quickly.
They can. Thankfully, the red mail will help negate a bunch of enemy damage. But of note, MM2 did pick up another sword in Meyer, so add Master Sword.
So is that go mode for them? Minus the if we don't know if boots is required in this seed.
I believe so. Meyer and Totorock both require Quake, so yeah. If Desert requires boots, that's all they're missing.
I guess technically they've been in no mode since they got the spoiler log, but now they've officially reached what we would think is go mode here. Render here on the Helmasaur fight in pod and gets those arrows into that pearl on top of Helma's head.
Picks up that third crystal. Nicely done. Whoops. Watch out for that first step.
Yeah. Silvers here on Vitreous are going to be pretty chill.
Not a whole lot of arrows, though. Had one to spare. Well done.
Yeah, I know you can pick some up in Desert in some of the pots, so they're definitely... We'll keep an eye on that to see if they pick those up or if they're going to go find some arrows elsewhere.
Oddly enough, 2 of our runners, since MM2 picked up the 10 arrows in Waterfall Fairy, nobody else picked out the arrows even though they could have used them.
Yeah, that is interesting. I know sometimes when I do spoiler log, I just sort of delete things that aren't progressive items, so I might have very well done the same thing there, just sort of written off that chest.
Awareness, though. We are in Desert without boots, so I guess we can do it. Maybe those boots are just hiding in GT.
Yeah, or if they're in one of our pendant dungeons, probably Thieves Town or Ice Palace, it's 100% not worth going to get them. And there's a 5 arrow drop in one of those pots.
Yeah, it's true, not unless it's front 4 check. I mean, you were in that area earlier for a bow, so you got to think if there was something in front 4 thieves, they would have gone by it.
Oh yeah, especially with the early mirror and all that, or early Dark World mirror. Cool Papa Bell doing a nice job there on Meyer too, getting through. Sometimes without boots, that's a little bit of a harder room to do quickly.
It is. And pretty darn quickly, MM2 is working on their 5th crystal. He's about to fight Landmo and pick it up.
And Barrett now got their first sword out of Skull Woods. So hats off to them for getting a couple crystals. That's why they did Hammer Arcus, because they didn't even have that sword. So sometimes these boss fights are not easy without swords. They've already got 2 crystals and are close to their 3rd.
Land Mo giving MM2 a little bit of sass, but able to take him down after the first round.
And chat users will notice that MM2 is in chat, actually saying that they misread the log and didn't realize boots were not needed. And that is allowed in this race. This is spoiler. Normally you can't be watching the restream or your opponents or anything, but this is a spoiler log. There's no real necessity to not be seeing where your opponents are at, because everyone knows where the items are anyway.
That's true.
So I'm sure there's more than one runner in this race, whether or not they're restreamed, is watching this and kind of listening to what we're saying. And sorry if I've given any wrong information.
Me too.
I'm just flashing back to like the first 3 minutes when I was erroneously calling out the lamp and everyone going, "Oh, where was the lamp? I missed it." I'm sorry about that. But nice
tracker at the beginning as well, so I called you from the wrong thing you're doing today, so I'm sorry too.
Oh no, please, everyone should always tell me when I'm wrong.
But like we've been saying, follow these runners. They're doing a fantastic job for y'all, putting on a good show. And don't forget to give a follow to my co-contact Warman and our trackers, Professor Pixie and Maid Walker. Thank you both. Thank you all, really, as well. Alright, well, MM2's up on Dark Death Mountain, picking up crystal number 6 at Turtle Rock, 7th crystal over at Hera. So, technically, MM2's been in go mode for a little bit.
Yeah, it was about 31, 32 minutes or something like that. Pretty good for a spoiler, honestly. And I mean, Turtle Rock, is not the fastest dungeon, but you know where you're going. And this is going to be a pretty quick seat for MM2.
Well, I think so. They'll be in GT probably by about the 50, maybe 52 minute mark. Go mode Turtle Rock is a pretty darn good thing, especially when you have a spoiler.
For sure. The one thing that's going to be interesting to watch on MM2 side is, Master Sword Trinex is not very fun. They're going to have to do some hammer strats. I'm sure they're not going to have too much trouble, but, you say that and then things just go awry and, they're on 5 hearts. So, every second here is important in a spoiler race. And they're going to try and do that as quickly as they can without taking any deaths.
Looks like Renderer's having some issue getting that silver arrow pointed at Argus. It could be a bit of a pain. Argus moves super fast in the water, and...
Yeah, or you get frame ruled like that.
I was gonna say, it looked like Renderer had that arrow sticking out of Argus, and it did nothing.
It was 1 frame too early. Save those arrows for Ganon, huh? That's what Argus said.
Oh gosh. Argus deserved it.
So Cool Papa Bell is on their way up to Turtle Rock. They are not that far behind. They're gonna do the Hera right before GT thing there and save a little bit of time, a little bit of a mountain climb.
And I think the only time that Cool Papa Bell is pretty much lost was going to the Dark World, getting Half Magic and Hookshot Cave. If those weren't done, this would be pretty much neck and neck, I think.
Yeah, Half Magic's pretty nice, though. I'd probably have gotten that as well.
It's not a bad thing for sure. Gotta wonder if they'll make up a 3rd sword in GT somewhere, or maybe even the elusive boots. Oh, MM2 going to... Okay, going to Mimic Cave. Something... Sword, boots, maybe?
Oh, it could be a sword, yeah, like you said, or boots, yeah. It's definitely not a male upgrade or silver arrows.
Probably not a full heart either. I don't think MM2's chasing that.
Oh, it's the boots.
There they are. Oh, silly boots.
That's just terrible.
I
I
don't
think
think... Go ahead, sorry.
no, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think if it's worth getting that before you do like desert or something, which is a long dungeon. But you know, the extra mountain climb just takes away all the time you save from boots in like any 1 or 2 dungeons.
That's probably right. And I don't think anybody's going to be skipping those boots, though. It's an easy check, and it will save you time through GT, so why the heck not?
Yeah.
Now, I guess the main advantage Cool Papa Bell currently has is the couple additional hearts. But other than that, they're pretty much running on the same gear. I guess half magic as well, but that's going to help you a limited amount up the GT climb.
Yeah, Barrett using a nice strat there on the Mire basement. If you're on like the farthest pixel on the bottom, and you throw that Samaria block up, it just goes right there onto the button to open up that door for you. Oh, MM2 ran out of magic there.
It is a good strategy in Mire, especially when you're in there with that lamp. It does make finding that button a little bit easier for sure, especially if you don't have boosts to help you.
Oh yeah.
Nothing more fun than a hammer try next fight. I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, and didn't get the menu there, so I had to wait a little bit for that menu to show up. Now they're gotta be careful with their
Oh,
magic here.
watch out for that tail. There it is.
Okay, they've got a bottle.
Oh gosh. It's always so hard when it gets down to that last fire ice rod shot, and you're just like, oh, come on.
Yeah. But they are in the 3rd phase here, or the last phase, and that hammer is going to be useful here.
Good fight. Well done.
Yeah, that was great there.
Well, chat, we're about to pick up our 7th crystal here in about 3 minutes. High-tempered. So
Of course.
After the Hero Crystal, you could definitely eventually play a game if you want to, but these runners are going to go right to the big keys, so it's going to be a very interesting game. We still got one more to pick up, though, so hold your horses. Tempered, what the heck? Alright, so tempered, silvers, 5 hearts, red mail. That's all you need, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good loadout. I mean, that's better than NMG.
Only downside is you have no safeties, so... Climbing GT could be a bit treacherous.
Yeah, even with red mail, some of those enemies are not that nice.
Hey, this Hero's gonna last us about 45 seconds start to finish. Assuming Troll Derm doesn't troll too much. Okay, feel free to put a number in chat where you think the big key is. I would not guess I if I were you.
It's definitely not going to be 22.
And we have an immediate 22 from MM2, who is running the race.
Please open that chest last.
That'd
For
be
the memes.
amazing.
Do it for the memes.
We even have a 33.
And yeah, MM2 counted right. They've got 7 crystals. Opening up Ganon's tower right now.
And they got a 6th heart to boot. Here we go. Hi, Ether.
I saw it was yellow. I thought it was going to be the big key.
That would have been funny. Then the question would have been, did they get boots to save time or because it was required?
Right, right. So yeah, we're just skipping everything here in GT because we know exactly where it is.
So
nice.
technically we're coming up on 2.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to be higher than a single digits here. All right, nice to get that key because you're going to use the key to go through the door right there. Going into Rando room, it looks like. Yep, getting that bomb out.
And cool Papa Bell in Tower of Hero right now. 5. I think that was 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was 5. Could have been 3, could have been 4. So
Yeah.
for all you 3s and 4s out there, sorry.
We have no 5s in chat. Nobody won today. I'm sorry. But as a consolation prize, you get free rando seats for life. So GG chat, well done.
And Cool Papa Bell takes down Troll Dorm.
Gonna be heading into GT as well. Wonder if MM2 is going to be taking the safety door here. Yep. It's a good idea. I think we used our potion in Mire, so no point in taking chances.
Yeah, now they're probably wondering where that bug net is. I mean, I don't think they actually are, but, you know, now that they've got the empty bottle and they're in that refill room, it might have been nice just to get it, but making their way through the gauntlet here.
Going those Stalfosu's boss. Meanwhile, Cool Papa Bell routing right to left.
Oh, I love that. He got 2 keys out of Hope Room. You know, maybe forgetting about the free one there, or maybe not, but just saying, I'm going to need 2 keys to climb up Ganon's tower. And, you know, there's that key door in the middle that no one ever opens because you don't want to waste a key there. But when you get 2 free ones, you might as well just open it.
Wow, impressive land mode 2 fight from MM2. Spinning to win.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Oh, and Cool Papa Bell did get our gold sword there in the, excuse me, the Stalfos room there.
Oh, so MM2 electing to go ahead and skip it.
And so Barrett and Professor Render are in their 6th crystal dungeons at this point. And Render takes down Landmo there.
Get Frack Lambo.
So MM2 picking up that heart, which is good. They didn't pick up any arrows because there is 5 arrows in that room, but they've got 15. I think they're going to be fine for the Ganon fight. Oh,
Oh,
takes a fall there.
I don't think that was too bad. I think MM2 got a poke in on Moldorm, so it's going to be thrown off a little bit there.
Oh, and Renderer went to get the arrows, but did not buy them. I think they were going to save their money for a potion, maybe instead. Yeah, they said they don't have enough to get the $100, boost on your inventory there for the arrows, and they wanted to buy a potion.
Looks like Cool Papa Bell is electing to pick up that refill room as well. And back at 2 time. Go that Waldo's boss MM2. Good triple. Okay. Agatu goes down.
Yeah, only one more boss to beat, and I think MM2 is going to get a sub 60 here.
Looks like it.
That was a nice silver strat on Landmo 2 there by Cool Papa Bell, coming from the top for the first one. I've not seen that one before, but I like that.
Ooh, watch out, Barrett.
MM2 getting a nice setup here for a 1-in-1 cycle here. Now they got the first one, and looks like they got the third one as well. Yeah, we're already in phase 3 of Ganon.
Well done. Good fight. Good couple first phases there. Ganon, please. Thank you.
Does the spoiler log tell us how many warps Ganon does?
Unsure.
I don't think it does. No one would ever play if you read it. First silver hit out of 4. Light that torch and... Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So Cool Papa Bell has just caught up a little bit.
Yeah, that was super unfortunate. There just wasn't enough room to get underneath Ganon and turn up there. Looks like might be a heart refill or something up here. Oh, the blue potion. Oh, okay.
Nice.
There's also a fairy in that tree if you bonk it on the left there at the very bottom of the pyramid. But sometimes that fairy can just run away from you, as fairies are wont to do. Barrett takes a death there on that hammer Trinex.
Did take that safety door, I think, so should be okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was really smart of them to do that, especially on low percent Trinex.
Oh, Renderer takes a death to the chain chomps, but has a fairy, well done.
Nice. And MM2 gets that 1-in-1 again.
Meanwhile, Cool Papa Bell is about to fall into that Ganon fight as well. Ganon.
Don't you dare, Ganon. Okay, no torch glitch, but that's not going to be a problem with silver arrows.
That's 2. That's 3. No chances. And hit number 4. Get your GGs in chat, everybody. Sorry, did not mean to take your thing there.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, that was a nice recovery there by MM2, and they're going to cross that bridge at 1:13:45 on the race, which minus 15 minutes is 58:45.
And finishes in first place overall, first place on Restream. Well done.
And Cool Papa Bell is not going to be too far behind that. They do get that same setup there and does to get a double in there, and then the fourth hit with the silver arrows on Ganon. So get your GGs in chat for Cool Papa Bell. And Barrett did get through that hammer try next, got their tempered sword, and is on their way to Ganon's tower.
And Cool Papa Bell finishes in second place on Restream and second overall with a time of 1:14:26 overall. Well done. And looks like we have MM2 NES cartridge joining us in the booth. GG to you.
GG. That was... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. That was pretty sloppy overall. It's definitely not my best spoiler race, but it's also not my worst. Pretty mid.
Sub 60 is really good, so I wouldn't lose any sleep over tonight.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, all my splits, it's a minute ahead of average, even with the Ganon fall, so it's okay enough. It's definitely not terrible.
And we're also welcomed by Cool Papa Bell 2282. Welcome and GG.
GG's.
So, MM2, you know, we don't really get to ask this a lot in interviews, but since you were obviously in chat during the race, you know, how much were you listening in chat or watching chat? Or
I wasn't really watching chat all that much. I was just looking over like during crystal cutscenes and whatnot, and I didn't have the audio on at all, so I didn't hear anything y'all said.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. You were kind of typing when you were in a crystal cutscene or something like that. So that's pretty interesting. Thing about the spoiler races is that you can, you know, have your opponents up, have the restream and the chat up. It's a pretty fun element.
Yeah, it's great that the community like decided that okay, this is allowed for this purposes.
Yeah. So for both of you, what was your biggest eye roll in this seed? Was it Boots or Ice Rod or maybe something else?
It was falling to Ganon for me, but I mean, Boots was, you don't get Boots until late. Honestly, it was the swords. That was my least favorite part because you basically had to do Mothula and Fighter Sword or double dip Skullwoods, and that's slow. And then everything else was locked behind that Skullwood sword in terms of swords. And then also, if you didn't want to do Fighter Sword Trinex, well, really would have been Hammer Trinex, which I did anyway. But if you didn't want to do Fighter Sword Trinex, you had to do Mire and Desert before TR, and yeah, then you ended up not having Boots for those two dungeons, which sucked, but that's just how it goes.
I mean, a lot of the worst thing about the scene was the double dip Eastern required, logically speaking. That you're supposed to go in to get the flute, go find the lamp like half an hour later, and then come back with the hammer.
Yeah, we did notice that. That was kind of fun, and so I'm glad everyone was able to get through those dark rooms and get the hammer.
Sorry, I had some audio issues when I jumped in before, but GG's to MMG.
Yeah, GG's to you.
And as far as running the race goes, my biggest forehead slap was winning the Mire without Kane.
Details.
I was sort of rerouting on the fly of like when I wanted to do Skull and Swamp and like when I wanted to pick up that first sword, and I sort of forgot about that whole go trim the mushroom thing.
Yeah, that could be a little tricky. I know also in the spoiler log, you know, like the mushroom spot and the mushroom turn-in and potion shop can trip somebody out, some people up. That didn't really happen to anybody today, but you know, it could also be easy to like start checking things off because you know you're about to go do them and then just forget to do them. I've definitely done that before. But I personally didn't notice you went into Mire, so you know, it wasn't that noticeable on our end.
Yeah, I really screwed it up because I originally there was a heart container on Stumpy, and I originally had that down, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to Sea House with my bow, go down to Stumpy, go down to Hype Cave, when I really should have just gone Sea House right up to Skullwoods right away. As it worked out, I had the half magic for the moth fight, which wasn't so bad, but I think it would have been more efficient to do Skullwoods on that first trip into the Dark World.
Yeah, then Myra, I wanted Mirror as quick as possible because Mirror makes you go faster just because you have to save and quit less. And then I also wanted Lamp for Pod, but I also wanted Lamp for Skullwoods because I knew I wasn't going to have too much magic going in there, and there was a decent shot that I wasn't going to get any full magic drops like I did. So I wanted to have the option of using Lamp on the torches in Mummy Hellway. And then I also wanted the heart container in Myra Shed by Lamp for Mothula. So yeah, that's why I got that then.
Yeah, I think you skip Lamp so often in videos, but in this one, like low percent pod that we had to do, I think the Lamp was totally worth it.
Yeah, Lamp was worth it for Pod, and then also for TR. Well, TR is debatable, but I like it. It's a great item.
Yeah, normally you might get it if you're not going to get silvers and be on Master Sword or something, but, I mean, Koopa Bell, you got gold, but everyone was going to get tempered in this seed, and then silvers right there. There was even that blue potion there on the pyramid in case you ran out of magic at some point.
Yeah, I probably, the gold sword probably isn't worth it, according to the letter of the law, but I got the miserable Ganon pattern that I could never get the one-on-one on, so it definitely saved me time, I think.
Yeah, and I personally don't like Gold Sword. I have a thing against it, but yeah, it was convenient to skip it, and I was fine on the one-on-one. Even got it twice.
Does the gold sword just like mesh with your, or not mesh with your sprite or something? Is it just clashes?
No, I just don't like it. I don't know.
Like me and
yeah.
Shields, you just don't like it. It's all good.
yeah. Like Shields and like Mirror Shield's fine, but Fighter Shield can be slightly annoying. But I'd rather have Fighter Shield than Gold Sword.
I was just afraid those million Ganons were going to prevent me from getting the sub-hour, but...
There was a lot of warps.
Yeah, there was a good number of those. At least the first time. The second time, then there wasn't as many, but that's different RNG. So.
Right, yeah, you get it goes back to being completely random RNG on your second or successive times. As we get Barrett here, actually in Moldorm 2 here, getting that poke in and setting up for a spin, and almost going to be at Aga 2.
Render took an unfortunate death at Trinex, giving it a second go though.
So yeah, MM2, I take it did you rush TR?
No, I didn't rush TR. I did TR second to last, actually.
Yeah, I did too. It just didn't feel like the boots were gonna take that much time, because you still had to do it like after Swamp and Skullwood. So it was just a difference of does it save you time in Mire or not? Well, Mire.
Yeah, you might justify that it saves you a little bit of time, but I don't think it's as much time as climbing back up the mountain and transitioning to the Dark World and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Honestly, I probably would have gotten it, but I wanted the safety of Master Sword for Trinex. By gotten it, I mean done TR before Mire Desert.
Yeah, so it's definitely unpleasant.
And Barrett takes down Agatu, and Renderer takes down Trinex. Well done.
Yeah, and there's that Cheeto stick over on Renderer's side. As Barrett's about to go into Ganon here, as Lana just said.
And MM2 with a clear collection rate nowhere near 100. Little disappointing, gotta say.
Yeah. My collection rates are generally like in the 50s, 60s. I've had a couple 40s, but they're not too common. I don't think I've ever had a 30.
Yeah, you did walk by a lot of heart pieces and stuff like that, which, you know, when you know you're going to get red mail and silvers and temper sword and all that, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Honestly, I was planning on skipping red mail, but then I remember that I had to do TR on Master Sword, and I was like, I should probably get this, especially since I was also doing it on 5 hearts.
I mean, they were both just ready anyway with the Paradox and to Zora anyway, so...
Yeah, Paradox Mail I was definitely getting, but Waterfall Fairy I was less keen on, but we got it. It was fine.
I don't think Renderer ever picked up boots.
Yeah. I was tempted to also skip boots, since I was doing TR second to last, but what made me decide to do it was the fact that I could skip stealing the key, since there was a key in Big Chest and Crystal Roller. So I could skip both stealing the key and doing Laser Bridge if I got boots by doing Big Chest first. So that was the deciding factor in my opinion.
Fair enough. I can't say I've ever done any of these races before, so I'm not entirely sure how I would do it.
Yeah, they are pretty interesting once you know the game a little bit. You know, everyone gets tripped up by map and compass chests or whatever. You don't remember where they are the first few times you run a seed, but they're definitely worth just looking at. And, you know, now that you've seen one or two. Fortunately, Barrett also falling to Ganon here. Going to have to go reset, get some of that new RNG.
I don't know what you're talking about. I definitely not on the right side.
You weren't the only one. I think there was 2 of you in sync doing it at like the same time, and you know, everyone was kind of running around it. I did notice it, and sorry to like call you out, but it was it's just part of the thing that happens. Is, you know, no one is perfect. Obviously, you never run the perfect seed, so it happens to all of us.
Yeah, GG's to everybody. I'm gonna hop out and head on with my night.
GG's to you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
GG's, thank you for commentary, and thanks to the trackers for tracking.
Okay, Barrett seems to be round 2 with Ganon. Fairly successful so far. And Renderer climbing up Ganon's tower.
Yeah, as we said earlier, boots would be nice here, but you know, not the worst thing to have to do them without. There's plenty of seeds that aren't spoiler that you end up doing Ganon's tower without boots anyway.
I do recall a recent race with boots at validation chest. That being said, get your GGs in chat for Barrett. Taken down again and about to cross that little bridge there.
Yeah, and well done to them. They're finishing up with an official time of 1:28.14. Excuse me, minus 15 seconds is 1:13.14.
Finishing third on Restream and fourth overall. Vortex Doom did finish third with a time of 1:15.28.
Yeah, just missing that sub 60 on the the actual race time there.
I'm going to head out as well. So yeah, GG's everybody once again, and thanks for the commentary. Thanks to Trackers as well.
GG.
GG, thank you.
So not sure if we'll get Barrett into chat, and looks like Professor Render has died in the gauntlet and said, I know where everything is. I could be Ganon, but I'm just going to end my night here, so no shame in that at all. They did do quite a seed here. But yeah, it was a very fun time. Any other thoughts, Lana Bean, about what we just saw here today?
It was a good time. I think that one of these races sometimes should be pretty fun, to be honest with you. Honestly, it would just be, I think the biggest hurdle is just realizing what minimum gear you need to actually survive.
Yeah, that could be, as with any race, you start with a bunch of stuff and start to pare it down and as you get more and more experience in your seeds and all that. So, anybody who wants to give it a try, there's a lot of resources out there. There's Discords through Speed Gaming and a link to the past randomizer you can join, and watch these runners and watch other runners and pick up some tips and improve on your game too.
Heck yeah. Oh, looks like we may have Renderer in here too.
Oh, great. Yeah. Welcome to Professor Renderer, and GG's to you.
GG's Renderer.
If you can call it that, honestly.
Spoiler races are nothing to laugh at. You guys all dealt with some tough gear.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I see pretty much everyone got the red mail because it was pretty easy to route that in. But as you can tell, I'm not really good. I'm not. I'm not really astute with spoiler stuff because I mean, I'm not. It's not because I can't do low percent stuff. To be honest, this was all this is all a makeshift thing. I just get my capture card straight up stopped working. So I'm like, well, I need to race this. What's the best that I can think of? Oh, let's try using a GameCube controller because clearly that's gonna work.
Oh, I bet that was one of the first times you've used that on a Link to the Past race, huh?
Yep, and it shows. It clearly shows.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, there's a lot of routes you could go in here, so there's a lot of places that anyone could just lose time going to this place or that place, as less efficiently than the person who did it more efficiently, I guess is the way you do it in these races. But then sometimes with the hardware, different controllers, things just come up. I mean, Hammer Trinex is no joke, and then when you're on a different controller, it's a little harder.
I think, I mean, it's not because but the routing wasn't I feel like I had a problem more so with routing rather than anything important. It's well, and also my tech issues are one thing, and I've been honestly glad that I'm not gonna be able to do get away from that hardware because I'm gonna be doing my own stuff. But honestly, the route I made so many routing mistakes, it's not even funny. It's just when it's, I mean, the first from immediately the first thing that went wrong was the start. Was basically the start. I had the route, the opening route in my mind, and I just didn't follow that. Go Uncle Star, and then just I've been immediately. It's like it says in there verbatim, Uncle Star, then go to Lost Woods for Hearts and Rupees. Right? No, Ren, go. My mind's like thinking, oh, wait a minute. Let's just go get that hook shot right away, because clearly I could do this with two magic shots, 2 fire rod shots. Nope.
Yeah, that dark escape could be pretty tough sometimes. Those rats don't always cooperate, and especially the snakes too.
The ropes are the worst one, honestly. Not even the rats. The rats, like, you don't just like whatever, but it's the ropes that are like the ones that just stupid.
Yeah, the like wall of snakes just coming at you in that like U room. That's never that fun.
No.
Especially on like 3 hearts.
Exactly. It's like the worst thing you could think of, really. I don't know. I'll have to find different tech, find different controllers. Honestly, if I'm gonna, because I have like a match, I have a match like 4 anyway, so I have like 4 p.m. tomorrow. So like, Challenge Cup. I'll have to figure this out.
Oh, nice. Well, good luck with that. I know you're racing all the time, so we'll, chat should definitely be following Professor Renderer and the other racers, and checking out when they're doing their races. It's always a good time.
Yeah. Honestly, once I'm done with this, I'm like, I definitely need to like get my tech ready up and ready to go, because I don't want to be in this state. It's only like temporary. So it's only there temporary, and yeah, I don't know.
Right, well done today. It was a rough seed, but I hear you. It could just be frustrating, a number of factors that could make the seed much harder on you.
Yeah, it's kind of been hard, and been other things going on, but whatever. Other than that, I guess thanks to comms trackers, stuff like that, runners. Okay, now I pretty much now know to pretty much not do these, because I'm not good at these.
Oh, it was fun to watch. I mean, people were in. It's just pure chaos when you have 4 people and they already know where the items are. And it's it's super fast. So it was. Thank you for being on Restream and showcasing a little bit. And it was a pleasure to watch you and all the other runners.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go now.
Well, take care. Thank you very much for joining us.
All right. Thank you.